You are sitting in a packed Munich dining hall. The conversations blur into a wall of sound. The waiters are flying past, and you realize you have absolutely no idea what to say. If you try guessing your way through, you end up waiting an hour just to get a menu, or worse, pointing at something random and receiving a plate of boiled pig knuckle instead of a simple chicken dinner. Today, we are breaking down the dining experience into a predictable, step-by-step survival guide. We will take you from walking through the front door to paying your bill. You will not need to memorize a dictionary or understand complex grammar to make this work. Zero prior German knowledge is required. Successfully navigating this environment relies on identifying a few precise cultural triggers and mastering the foundational sentence architecture that forms the backbone of the language. Step 1 is getting your foot in the door. Before you can order anything, you need to secure a spot to sit. When you approach the host, you only need one phrase. Ein Tisch für zwei bitte. A table for two, please. Try saying that out loud. Ein Tisch für zwei bitte. Once you sit down, you are going to encounter your first major trap. If you ask the server for the menu, they might bring you a massive, expensive, three-course set meal. In German, the word Menü actually implies a fixed banquet, not the list of food options. Instead, the physical document you hold in your hands is called the Speisekarte. Let's hear it. Speisekarte. By using the precise noun right off the bat, you immediately sidestep a confusing interaction and save yourself a very heavy, expensive meal. This image shows a busy outdoor cafe in Berlin. Notice how patrons are lingering at their tables. In Germany, restaurants view dinner as an extended, unhurried event. The staff will deliberately leave you alone to enjoy your time in peace. If you are used to North American customer service, where a waiter checks on you every 10 minutes, this can feel like you are being ignored. You aren't. The reality is that the responsibility to initiate interaction falls entirely on you. To bridge that gap between your table and the server without being rude, simply give a slight hand raise and say, Entschuldigung, excuse me. That signals you are ready for them to approach. Now that you have their attention, start your order with a polite foundation. You want to say, Ich hätte gern, which translates to, I would like to have. And while we are talking about food, drop a comment below with the best or strangest dish you have ever tried in Germany. Understanding this rhythm of service ensures you actually get to place your order. The vocabulary is useless if the waiter never comes to your table. Step 3 is placing your order. To do this, we will use a structural shortcut called the modal verb hack. It lets you string together full requests without tangling yourself in advanced grammar rules. Let's look at this timeline. We start on the left with our opening block, Ich möchte, meaning I would like. Right next to that, you drop in the specific item you want. Let's say, das Schnitzel. Here is the trick. If you want to specify an action, like to order, the main verb, bestellen, detaches from the middle of the phrase and gets thrown to the absolute end of the sentence. Ich möchte das Schnitzel bestellen. Let's try it again. If you want to have a beer, you take Ich möchte, add ein Bier, and throw the verb haben, to have, to the back. Ich möchte ein Bier haben. Try saying that formula out loud. By locking the verb at the end of the timeline, you can swap out any food or drink in the middle. This specific structure provides a consistent template for communicating exactly what you want using a single, repeatable pattern. Finally, we arrive at the end of the meal. Because of that hands-off service culture we talked about earlier, the check will not arrive on its own. You must explicitly ask to pay. When you catch the server's eye, simply say, Die Rechnung bitte. The check, please. Let's see if the system holds up. Using the modal verb hack we just learned, you have 3 seconds to translate this phrase. I would like to order a cola. The correct phrase is, Ich möchte eine Cola bestellen. If you threw the verb bestellen to the end, you got it right. With these specific triggers and a reliable sentence framework, you can walk into any dining hall in Germany, navigate the cultural unwritten rules, and confidently order a meal on your own terms.